It's Cole Palmer's world, and we're just living in it.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
People, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. Chelsea are apparently good. Cole Palmer is world class. He's leading the Premier League golden boot race along Erling Haaland. I really didn't think I'd be saying that when we signed him. He's one assist as well to be top assister in the Premier League. So everyone's talking about that, but they're also talking about the embarrassing penalty argument that Chelsea had last night. In today's video, in Chelsea News, we're reacting to Pochettino's furious comments, and we'll also reflect on, of course, Cole Palmer. But also, does Pochettino deserve credit with how he's developing the young attackers? We're going to get into all of it today, guys. Thanks for supporting the content. Thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. And take a moment to check out this wonderful offer. Let me ask you a question. How does some free beer sound? Pretty good, right? Well, fortunately for you, mate, I've partnered up yet again with Beer 52. So you can get a free crate of 8 beers, exclusive London beers. They're doing a cool collaboration with Transport for London, you'll see. I'm going to show you these beers and even drink one of them, lucky me, in just a moment. But to get this promotion, you simply go to beer52.com, that's beer number 5 number 2.com, /football therapy, and all you've got to do is cover the postage, which is $5.95, which isn't much at all, to get 8 free beers. Mamma mia. Beer 52 are the UK's #1 beer club, showcasing the best independent breweries from across the world. And this month they've teamed up with a host of London's most innovative breweries to create an exclusive case of beers celebrating the city's incredible transport network and brewing excellence. We do have good beers. You can discover the concepts behind the beers with the award-winning Ferment magazine, which includes a one-of-a-kind craft beer tube map developed in collaboration with TFL. Time I tried one of these beers. I'm going for the KX Hazy IPA. Oh, it smells nice. It smells really nice, actually. As always, I've got overexcited and poured it like a complete noob, so it's got too much head. But anyway, time to try the beer. Bonne santé, mes amis. Tell you what, that flies down dangerously well for a 6%. Flagrant, hoppy, light, delicious, yet pleasingly strong. If you don't like the dark beer, just choose the light case, and don't forget you get a couple of tasty snacks. Even if, after all that, you're still unsatisfied, you can simply pause or cancel at any time. So that's beer52.com /football therapy. Remember the 5-2 are the numbers, number 5 and number 2. beer52.com /football therapy. Click the link in the top of the description. Go get your free beer. Who doesn't like free beer? Alright then, let's get into today's content, and I want to start off with an article from Matt Law of The Telegraph. Cole Palmer took the penalty, but Nony and Nicholas Jackson were involved in a scuffle that was broken up by Conor Gallagher. You would usually call this a good season for penalties at Chelsea after Monday's night's thumping of Everton. Mauricio Pochettino's team have been awarded 14 and scored 12. Cole Palmer has taken 9 and he has scored all of them. Nony is similarly faultless from 2 attempts. Enzo Fernandez has scored 1 from 2 attempts from 12 yards. Of course, Raheem Sterling has taken that one and missed. We all remember that. This amidst the psychodrama which has enveloped the ritual of a number of occasions. In an otherwise flawless evening for the home side on Monday, there was another tiff about who should take the spot kick. Cole Palmer was fouled with his team 4-0 up, and Nony picked up the ball and stood over the spot. Captain Conor Gallagher ordered Madueke to surrender the ball to Palmer, passed it on himself, then Nicholas Jackson came steaming in, apparently to plead Madueke's case. Palmer pushed him away, sent Jordan Pickford the wrong way, and made it 5-0. Jackson had to be cajoled into celebrating the goal. That's what Matt Law writes. The way I understand it is Jackson wanted to take the penalty, not that he was defending Nony Madueke, because if you look at it, Jackson and Nony are actually arguing. I think Nony thinks he's won the penalty because he thinks he gets fouled by Tarkowski in the box afterwards, but it turns out it wasn't a foul. It turns out the foul was originally on Cole Palmer, so even if there was a free-for-all, he'd have a case like, well, I won the penalty, I will take it. But no, At that point, Cole Palmer had scored a perfect hat-trick, and just the youngsters wanting to get on the act. I think Nony Madueke thinks he's won the penalty, he wants to take it. Jackson wants to take it as the striker. I think Nony, and I'm speculating here, but I think Nony goes to Jackson, you've already scored a goal, he's got a perfect hat-trick, I won it, let me take it. And everyone's really embarrassing. Of course, Conor Gallagher, captain on the day, actually behaving like a captain. Remember, Conor's only 23 himself, but he looks like the grown-up amidst a bunch of squabbling children. And to be honest, guys, it was nothing short of embarrassing. Whenever Chelsea play a game live on match days, I'm always on Instagram. I do lives at half-time and I do stories throughout at Football Yannick if you want to follow me. I was fuming. I was like, take them both off. We're cruising this game, take both Nony and Jackson off, make an example of them. My head was hot, maybe Pochettino did the right thing in not doing that and addressing it afterwards. Anyway, let's read on. All of this seemed highly unnecessary given the scoreline and the generally upbeat mood. Perhaps Palmer should have declared on 3 goals for the night and donated his spot kick to his teammate, but certainly the decision for him to take it should not have caused an internal ruction where it briefly seemed plausible that the teammates might come to blows. No, I mean, that's a little bit dramatic. I don't think they would have, fought each other, especially when you're winning that much. They need to eventually have a word with themselves. And look, Cole Palmer did push like Jackson or Nony away, but I love Palmer. He is so ice cold, isn't he? And he really does live up to the name, because it was a little bit like, I'll take it, mate. Just like banged it away, no problem. 9 out of 9, a sensational record. And by the way, he's the first player in the Premier League to score a perfect hat-trick since Erling Haaland at the beginning of last season. It's just sensational stuff. Look, Cole Palmer did get a bit aggy when he got the ball pushing them away, but make no bones about it, the petulance here came from the duo Nico Jackson and Nony Madueke. And Nony looked like he was about to throw a mega strop when he got subbed off as well, because he was going, no, I'm okay. And it looked like he was about to do a Kepa Arrizabalaga 2019, but it looked like he's just about composed himself, jogged off, clapped the crowd, but he was there. I was very upset with him. And, I'm very happy with Nico. I'm happy with Nony, and we can talk about the development of Jackson a little bit more later in the video. But yeah, just as I've been praising Jackson for, stopping the descent to referees and getting constant yellows, which he deserves, his flowers for growing up, for no longer living offside, for no longer constantly getting yellow cards for dissent. But stuff like this, bro, come on. This is not the first time this has happened this season, nor the second, nor even the third. Sterling grabbed the ball from Palmer against Leicester in the FA Cup and missed. Madueke pleaded for the right to take the spot kick where Palmer equalised against Manchester United in the league earlier this month, and Palmer and Sterling argued about the right taker against Arsenal in October. Again, Palmer scored. Maybe one day Chelsea will learn the lesson which seems so obvious to neutral observers. Just let Palmer handle it. Pochettino laid into his Chelsea players who argued over a second half penalty and warned his entire squad they will be, quote, out if there's ever a repeat of this incident. Ooh, Pochettino coming in hard. He said this: it's a shame. I told the players in the dressing room we cannot behave this way. I told them this time is the last time. I won't accept any type of this behaviour. They're all involved in this situation. Next time, they are all out. This is not a joke. Woo! Poch coming in with the heat. It's impossible after a performance like this to see this type of behaviour. If we want to be a great team, fighting for big things, we need to change and think more in a collective way. I made it clear to them, and now through the media, I say this to our fans and to everyone. Cole Palmer is the penalty taker, and it's now his choice if he wants to give the ball to another player, but not in this way. Mic drop from the Chelsea gaffer. Yes, you could say this is a problem of his own making. He said originally, look, it's whoever's feeling in form on the day, who feels that they can do it, high confidence. Yeah, there's an ethos to that, a philosophy to a grown-up football team. And look, there is an element of like, this is just going to happen. The Chelsea players are young and immature, so you can't have that kind of thing. Pochettino, to his credit, saw this and went, right, this is nonsense, we can't do this anymore. And he's announced to several different broadcasters, nah, Cole's the guy. If Cole wants to give it away, if he thinks he's got like loads of goals and, he wants to give it to someone else, that's up to him. But no more of this nonsense. Pochettino added, they are not experienced players that really know what they are doing. They are young. They are kids. They need to experience some situations and learn. We are like in a school. We need to show that they were wrong. Now they need to learn. If they don't learn, yes, we will take some decisions, but now is about learning and using this experience to move on. Yeah. Angry teacher has fully come out. So Cole Palmer also commented on this situation saying, other players wanted to take it, which was understandable. I am the penalty taker and wanted to take it. We're just trying to show to everyone that we all want to take responsibility. Maybe it was over the top a bit, the argument. We were laughing and joking about it. Well, I'm glad they were laughing about it afterwards. You know, no bad blood. You had a 6-0 win. You're going to a semi-final in the FA Cup at Wembley against Manchester City. Things are looking up. You can qualify for the Europa League. Why not? You win our game in hand. We're level on points of 6th. Pretty darn good if you ask me. Things are looking up for Chelsea. I mean, last time I checked, we were level on 6th, but just behind a goal difference. But I need to check that again. Now we've scored 6 goals. Never mind, we're still miles off Newcastle's goal difference. Ugh. Still going pretty darn well, and we could definitely qualify for Europa League, even if the Premier League doesn't get the additional European spot. I mean, things are looking up. If we finish 6th, play really well. I mean, Pochettino will probably almost definitely stay at that point, but at least some Chelsea fans will be warming to the scenario. So let's talk about Pochettino a little bit. Guys, it's been a rollercoaster season. He's been very, very frustrating, and certainly I can speak for myself here, I've been very frustrated with a lot of his comments at certain times. But to his credit, he did the right thing yesterday. He made a point on all media platforms to being like, nah mate, you can't behave like that. This is Chelsea. We're trying to be a serious team. He obviously had a go at them in the dressing room, and he's pretty much said, right, Cole Palmer's the guy. Whatever, he deserves it. He's top of the Premier League scoring. Insane. You all need to grow up. So I think he dealt with that well. But also, I want to talk about him in terms of his coaching the attackers. Look, this is Everton, who aren't free scoring, but we'd conceded 2 or more goals in 7 games in a row, including 2 teams from the Championship and 2 teams going to the Championship. So that's 4 Championship level teams and 3 Premier League level teams that we've conceded either 2 or more goals. Really, really concerning. Now that Everton were defensively, or generally are defensively robust, they had a lot of their players back, I thought we were going to struggle to score against him. How wrong was I? We scored 6, but I thought we'd definitely give up a goal as well. The defence, it's something we're going to have to work on big time. We'll see what happens against Man City at Wembley. I mean, my brain's just absolutely blown at the moment because I was certain Thiago Silva is not the solution. And now I couldn't pick defenders to play against Man City. Disasi had been really disappointing me lately, but he put in an all-timer performance away at the Etihad against Man City. So, what did we, Disasi and Chalobah? I mean, we'll obviously preview that game closer to the weekend, but, lots of questions for defence, and there has been all season. It's been nowhere near good enough. We're on course to concede the most goals ever in our Premier League history. Yes, some mitigation with the young players, but it's still nowhere near good enough. We've done that to death though, so let's talk about something a little bit positive, and the coaching of the attackers. Now, Mudryk was the most quiet of the lot yesterday. He still had a couple of highlighted moments when he was breaking through and allowed the ball to come off him vertically and looked, pretty deadly. But he didn't get a goal or assist, and he got a yellow card. But the truth is, Mudryk scored a couple of wonder goals this season already, and a couple of important goals, and I think he's probably been the most difficult project for Pochettino because he's so raw and undercoached. But there's a very good chance long-term Mudryk will come very, very good. Of course, we're still maybe looking for a new left winger, and Nico Williams. We'll see what happens with developments there. But in terms of his coaching, Cole Palmer loves Mauricio Pochettino. He's gone on record and said that a multitude of times, and maybe that alone, because Cole Palmer is looking like a world. He's just obviously I did my match reaction yesterday. Go check it out if you're yet to watch it. But it was just me gasping at how good Cole Palmer is. Not just the goals, the assists, the back-to-back home hat-tricks, the first player to score in 7 consecutive home games for Chelsea over Didier Drogba or something. Just insane numbers. Of course, he's got penalties that he's never ever missed, which is an amazing stat in itself. He's got loads of open play goals, including, perfect hat-tricks, scoring headers, scoring from outside the box. It's not just that, man. It's like the flicks in the build-up play, the nutmegs, the pressing. He's literally an all-rounder, a superstar. Now, clearly we bought this amazing talent, But he's obviously flourishing under Pochettino. And you could say, well, just given the opportunity, he would have done this in loads of teams. You just don't know that. You have to credit the management and the coaching to get this out of him. And similarly, Nicholas Jackson. He's got 10 Premier League goals now, and they're all open play goals. There are no penalties. That is impressive from Nicholas Jackson. He's also got, 4 assists or something like that? 4 or 5 assists? So he's got loads of open play goal involvements, having played down the middle, having played down the left. He works really hard. And look, he really let himself down on that penalty situation, but apart from that, and he would have been told off from that. Apart from that, like I said, the dissent thing was mental. He was riding those yellow cards for ages. He's just stopped that. He's completely eradicated that from his game. Remember Didier Drogba was diving around loads in his first season. We had to get that out of his system. Similarly, Nico Jackson no longer complains to the referee. He spent his life offside in the early stages of his Chelsea career. I can't remember anymore. I just can't remember him being offside at the moment, which is massive positive. And he's a bit of a baller. He's silky, Nico Jackson. He's got the touch, he's got the flicks, he's got the combinational play. Granted, it's not fully tuned and it's not fully refined in terms of being the 100% chemistry with his attacking teammates up there, but he looks pretty darn good. If he scores 4 more Premier League goals for the season, massively successful. We haven't had a striker that scored 10 or more Premier League goals. did Morata do it? I can't even remember. Or was it Diego? Morata must have got 10 or more when we were really good. But since then, Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham got 15 non-penalty goals. Still though, it's been a little while, and it's a massive positive for his first season in Premier League football. And like I said before, he's not long been a centre forward. So you could talk about Jackson, you could talk about Palmer. I reckon Nony Madueke is probably benefiting from Pochettino's coaching. He's had excellent moments in the odd wonder goal himself. We've spoken about Mudryk, Carney Chukwuemeka. He looks like he's going to be able to flourish and learn about the patterns of attacking play under Pochettino. And Pochettino is historically an attacking football coach. And I guess we're starting to see that in little bits. Not just yesterday, but of other games as well. Of course, scoring loads against Man United. Tottenham scoring 4 goals against Man City at home. There's been, demonstrations when it clicked, when the attack, all is sewn together. And thank goodness we have Cole Palmer on an 8-year deal. Because my word, this kid could do absolutely incredible things for us. So anyway, I wanted to reflect on Pochettino's words, Cole Palmer's words, just the general attacking coaching that he's done, and the good times at Chelsea. So let me know what you think. Please do comment down below in the comment section. Do go check out Beer 52. Super good beers in this round. I really enjoy it, and it's a wonderful offer that you guys can take advantage of. So click the link in the top of the description. Get yourself some free beer. And guys, I hope to see you back here very soon. Peace.